we really have to remind ourselves of what level we are putting our spouses at. What level we're putting our husbands at. And I'm not saying that you have to put him on this high pedestal where he can't do anything wrong. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's your coach, Coach Nyla, one of the founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships, as well as co-author of the book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. And in this video, even though I know you guys didn't ask, I want to talk about marrying dumb husbands. Yeah. Have you guys ever, any of the wives out there, before you got married, did you say, hey, I want to marry the dumbest husband that I can possibly find? Any of you? No. Or when you married your husband, he's like, I'm so glad I married him. He is so dumb. Yeah, the reason why I know I'm joking and this is tongue-in-cheek type of thing, because for some reason it seems like when our husbands start to practice polygyny, we think that they became total idiots, that people can manipulate them and bend them to their wills and different things like that. Now, don't get me wrong. We all have our naivetes and our vulnerabilities and our things that can happen that can allow us to not be as mature or think as mature as we want to, or, make the right decisions all the time. However, doesn't necessarily make us dumb, doesn't necessarily make us weak. If our husbands didn't do the things that we wanted them to do, how we wanted them to do it, does it make them a weak husband? Does it make them a dumb spouse? So we have to ask ourselves these things. And I had to say that because a lot of the complaints that we do hear about polygyny comes from not only the way that it was done or that the wives are hurting. And I have to say this, it's not just, a first wife that's hurting. It's wives hurting, period. And yes, I understand that, first wives get blindsided. They're not all the time, but there are first wives that get blindsided. There are first wives that have to deal with feelings of abandonment. I know all of these things. I understand all of these things. I also understand that we all have our emotions. We all have different roles that we play. We all have different emotional and mental maturities and different levels of that. So when it comes to thinking that our husbands can be manipulated into doing something that he really didn't want to do, but was forced to do it anyway, like marrying again, we have to ask ourselves, was that really the case? Or, when we say things like, and I say we because regardless of being an incoming wife, our husband has the option to marry again and again, up to 4 times. So do we go and say, well, he chose my first wife, he chose good with her, or hey, he chose good with my, with me, or with my my co-wife, but his track record, even though it seems to be good, it may not continue to be that because he's getting dumber by the minute, he's getting dumber by the years, or he's getting weak, or he's getting, easily in a point where he can be manipulated. We really have to remind ourselves of what level we are putting our spouses at. What level we're putting our husbands at. And I'm not saying that you have to put him on this high pedestal where he can't do anything wrong. Not saying that. What I'm saying is that we knew who we married. I mean, as far as we didn't marry an idiot. We didn't marry a weak person. We didn't marry a person that was not going to be a leader or that wasn't going to think things through, especially when it comes to someone that is inside the family or is going to be a part of the family. Don't get me wrong, that's not always the case. So, everything is not cookie cutter. It's not, I'm not going to say that because it's the majority that it's everything. There are some things that can slip through the cracks. There's some relationships, some marriages that can slip through the cracks, and they can be manipulative, or they can be manipulated, or they can lose track or sight of the initial or big picture goal. So I'm not stating that everything is just a one level thing. What I'm stating is that if you have a good husband, if you knew that you married a winner, if you married a person who is a great leader, a great provider, and a person who loves you, then don't take those things away from him and diminish him to a level of someone that is easily manipulated, or someone that is just completely dumb and a total imbecile because you may be hurt in a way that he did something, or that you're hurt that he did it anyway, period. So I hope you guys got some good information from that. I just decided to do this video because I see a lot of that where it's giving the incoming wife way too much credit in being part of the family, meaning that giving her credit to the point of saying that, well, she made him do this, like he didn't have a choice in the matter, or it's her fault, or she's the problem, or she's the cause, or whatever the case may be, or she's the cause of the pain or the breakups or the whatever. Everybody in the situation are adults, and everybody in the relationship or the marriage or the union can have their roles to play, and they have their responsibilities to take in anything that happened. Their part, they have to take responsibility for. If they don't, there's a lack of emotional maturity. That's just what it is. So, as I stated before, I hope you got some great information from this video. If you made it this far, congratulations. I truly appreciate you sticking with me and listening to this video, watching this video, and asking yourself, if you are a wife in polygyny, did I marry a dumb husband? And I'm pretty sure your answer is no. Is my husband becoming dumber by the minute, by the day? No, I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Sometimes we have to think twice, be careful, and be more respectful with our relationships. It reminded me of what my co-wife was saying when my co-wife said, I'm not going to sit here and make us all look dumb because I'm going to say something that's not true, or I'm not going to feed into other people's wrong. I'm not going to feed into other people's insecurities or what they feel about my marriage and my husband because of something that they don't like. I'm not going to make him look a certain way. I'm not going to make myself look a certain way. And I'm not going to make my family look a certain way. I love that she says that, because that is emotional maturity, that's mental intelligence, and that's something that shows a lot of growth on all levels. So, take a page from that, take a page from my wonderful co-wife. If you are thinking that or having some issues where you're feeling pain, but you want to inflict that pain on your spouse, in a way that, and inflict pain, period, because hurting people hurt people. We want to be careful with that and not mess up our character, ourselves, and just our overall peace and way of life because we decide to hold on to something that was negative instead of looking at the positive in it and in our spouses, if you get what I'm saying. And that goes for those who are great spouses, those who are good spouses that just happen to do some things that we didn't like. So hope you guys got some good information. I know I said this for the third time, and seriously, we're about to end this video with some GOC. Make sure you are growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, because sharing is caring. Until the next video, I'm Coach Nyla. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Here are 3 ways outstanding personal relationships can help you.
Make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube and Facebook, and on IG at Outstanding Relationships, and also Clubhouse under our names.
And make sure you go to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com and sign up for our email list. And there you will get updates on our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored.
Absolutely. And last but not least, when it comes to coaching or counseling, if you want to work with us one-on-one or in group settings, make sure you're on that website and reach out to us, because we do have very limited spots and we usually have a wait list. So with that being said, GLC.
Make sure you are growing intentionally,
loving fearlessly,
and connecting on a higher level every single day. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Peace.